Chicago! We were delayed there for a bit because of technical difficulties, but we are ready to go. Welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download that app and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Kevin Kaduk, head of content at CHGO, joined as always by my friend Luke Stuckmeyer.
Hello.
Stuckmeyer.
Stuckmeyer is here.
Stuckmeyer.
He's stuck to the microphone.
Hey, again, I'll say there's a lot of ways you can screw up my name, and that one is okay.
That was one way to do it. Lawrence Benedetto is on the producing table.
Got my name right.
Kacy Standohar will be by later with scroll stoppers.
Yeah, sorry for the delay at the beginning there. I don't know what happened. Technology sucks.
Gremlins.
You rebounded well.
We'll see. Yeah, I think so. Shane Newbank says technical difficulties just like our owners and GMs.
Oh, we tried to make a deal.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about our penny pinching owners in Chicago baseball coming up. First, I want to plug the Bulls takeover, which is coming up next Friday. Friday night, December 16th, the New York Knicks are in town.
Boo!
And we are going to be getting together, and we're going to be – I would say the Knicks are probably the closest thing the Bulls to have to a real rival. Is that right, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, that rivalry is forever. Like, when you have a rivalry that bitter, it's just like the Packers have dominated the Bears. Are they still a rival? Yes, because it goes back decades. It's not just the last 20 or 30 years that they've dominated the Bears. It goes on forever. And when you have one like the Bulls in their heyday had with the Knicks, that's something that lasts forever.
Well, and in this case, both teams have just been kind of wandering around for the last 25 years, not really knowing what to do. But I think it's still pretty fun. And I would say that, like, the NBA, like, it's never really going to be fully back to where it was in the 90s. And maybe it will never really get there. But, like, the NBA needs that rivalry, the Bulls and Knicks.
Yeah, like,
to be good.
The Bucks would be one for the Bulls. They're starting to turn into if the Bulls can get on their level,
right? They
have some guys we don't like a lot.
But this is just an institutional one. Two top cities going against each other.
Yeah.
We're going to be out there on Friday night. Big Dave, Matt Peck are going to be leading the cheers in section 314. And if you go to our website and click through the link, it'll take you to our Eventbrite page, and you can join us. We're going to be starting out at Crossroads Tavern, which is right here on Madison, right across from us. We're going to be having drinks there that are going to be covered for you. We're going to get on a shuttle, and we're going to go take over a section on Friday night. So it's going to be pretty fun. I'm pretty jazzed for it, and I'm looking forward to it. I will be out there. So
wait, you're picking up the tab at Crossroads too?
Well, it's part of your ticket, so I can't.
Okay, all right.
Maybe if you're watching this show and you buy a ticket and you said, "Hey, I remember on the CHGO Sports Podcast they said I would buy you a beer at on the 300 level." Now, this offer does not apply to Lawrence, but it does apply to everyone else.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, there's only so much you can afford.
What about Stuck Mike?
So go check that out. All right. Let's get into things. First, we're going to actually do our Taking Care of Business segment, powered by ComEd. And this week's award winner is our guy, Pat Hughes, the voice of Chicago Cubs baseball, who got the highest honor a broadcaster could possibly get in baseball when he was named the 2023 Ford C. Frick Award winner.
Who?
And he will be honored in Cooperstown next summer. Luke, you and I did a broadcaster Mount Rushmore
right. Yeah, I remember
this podcast earlier this year. And we said that, like, Pat Hughes, I think, just missed it. But, I mean, it's only by the barest of margins. And I think in any other city, he's one of the, he'd be leading it.
Right. Well, think about this. This is how lucky we've been with baseball announcers in this city. He's going to be the fourth Ford C. Frick Award winner. He's the fourth Chicago baseball announcer going into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
So it's Harry Carey, Jack
Brickhouse, and Hawk
Harrelson. Wow.
And Hawk. So he's the fourth one. Now, he should have been before Hawk, but that's another story. I'm not going to get into that debate with our Southside fans. I'm just going to say 40 years.
Yeah.
6,000 plus games. And he is absolutely the voice of the Cubs.
I love seeing the viral clips of him getting the call. And you know, the thing that we've talked about this before, the thing about Pat that we love is he is the exact same person off the air that he is on it. And you've been in the TV business, and you know that is not the case.
No, it's not.
We've worked with enough people where we know the people who turn it on. And Pat Hughes is 110% the guy that you hear on the air. Like, he is not too big to talk to anyone. And I mean, really, when you talk to him, you feel like actually you're like, he kind of makes you feel like you're the star and you're the center of the story.
He's not only super talented, he has this ability to be everybody's favorite grandfather, right? Like the sweaters are part of the persona, and he just embraces the sweaters. He just comes up with it, and I'm not comparing him necessarily to Vin Scully, but he has a way with words that he just seems to pick the right word at the right time. When he said, you know, I wish you could all be here with me, and the Cubs are going to the World, like, it was perfect for the moment. And his home run call, this ball's got a chance, is nothing special, but it's become part of Cubs history, right? Like, it's who he is. He's not trying too hard when he's there. His relationship with Ron Santo was unbelievable. And somehow Ron Coomer has come in and he's been able to mesh well with him too. And it's like,
it's two great partners.
Pat Hughes is the key.
You know, you mentioned Vin Scully, and you were almost apologetic about it. And I would actually say he's a pretty good spiritual, like, inheritor of what Vin Scully was. I mean,
he does it all by himself. Vin Scully was all by himself, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, I just think from the storytelling and just
very much
it's
so.
Just, and I think Pat could do it by himself too if he had to.
I always just like when he says, "Well, Ron." That's my favorite thing, and he's been able to say that with two partners.
And finally, they have decided to monetize his uniform descriptions. For how long have they been going on where he's just like the blue pinstripes, the white stockings, big calves? Like, he would go on and on about describing. Finally, they put some money on that. Now it's the way he announced. The next thing they need to do is names like Wilson Contreras. Like, nobody says Contreras, but he wants to say it the way it should be said, right?
Yeah. I do have a theory that Ron Coomer did get a leg up in that job competition just because his name was Ron, and I felt like, okay, we could probably just sneak one by some of the elderly listeners in Des Moines.
Twitter handle could stay the same.
Yeah, so congratulations to Pat. That's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to that speech next August in Cooperstown. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Fred McGriff's gonna be out there. Former Cub Fred McGriff getting into the Hall of Fame.
Good for the crime dog.
The crime dog. All right, let's get into
what are we talking about?
Fun manners.
Oh no! Oh no! What are we talking about?
But newsworthy.
Yeah, the winter meetings are wrapping up today, and so far neither the Cubs nor the White Sox have made a big splash. I don't think a lot was expected of the White Sox. A lot was expected of the Cubs. This morning, news broke that Xander Bogaerts signed an 11-year, $280 million deal with the large, huge, gigantic market San Diego Padres.
Wow. Bunch of old people in California.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable. Listen, the Sox are their own issue. They're not spending it all as if they didn't learn their lesson last year, as if Pollock was enough to get them to the World Series last year. They've decided, well, we're just going to change managers, and magically these guys are all going to be great, and we're going to go win the World Series because we've added Clevenger to the rotation in place of Cueto, who actually was great. So good luck with that. You're not trying to win the World Series on the South Side. You're just stuffing your pockets with cash. It's a huge mistake. It's a huge mistake because if the Cubs ever decide to spend money, the younger brother is going to get squashed again. Like, stop it. This is your window, White Sox. And what I'll get to the Cubs in a second. The city of Chicago, are we the city of tank now? It's just disgusting.
It's not great.
Everybody's tanking. It's all we're good at, and we're not even good at tanking anymore. You know, we used to be a city that poets wrote about. right?
I mean,
Carl Sandburg.
Carl Sandburg, let's go.
City of the big shoulders, tool maker, stacker of wheat.
So I want to give a shout out to Rick Morrissey of the Sun-Times, because part of the reason we're talking about this is because a column he wrote in this morning's paper where he was just writing about how cheap the owners are. And he had a great line in there. And he said, Chicago is a major market, but it has 2 baseball teams that want you to think you're living in a dusty town where carnies go to retire, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like Rick still got it.
He nailed it.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, San Diego is a one-team town. Chicago is the third largest major market in the city. Now, maybe Houston is creeping up on there. If you go to Fangraphs right now and look at the projected payrolls for 2023, Lawrence, can you call this up and see where the Chicago teams
The Cubs are in the middle. They're like 15.
Look
the
at that
Mets
graphic.
and Yankees are on top.
God, that's beautiful. Who'd made that?
The LA teams are top 5, right? And the Braves are in the middle.
The Padres, with that deal, the Bogarts, move up to number 3 at $235 million.
Hold on. Where are the Dodgers on this list?
The Dodgers are like 10.
Oh yeah,
the Dodgers have actually fallen off because Trey Turner's
right. But wait, they still have a
a
shot to sign Correa. And again, I'll forgive the Cubs for all of this if Swanson or Correa signs today or tomorrow or whatever. But if you only sign Cody Bellinger on a 1-year deal, and then your other move is Jameson Taillon, you're not trying to win. You're not trying to win. And don't tell me we put offers on the table like the White Sox did, saying we made an offer to Manny Machado when it was $60 million below everything else. You're going to have to overpay. They made the mistake of letting Judge go off the market, and now guys like Bogarts, their prices went from here to here. It's silliness. If
you could have had Carlos Correa last year for a much cheaper price than you're going to have to pay if you want him this year.
Could have had him for 10 for $300, but it was too expensive then. Yeah. All those deals that they've thought, oh gosh, that's too much money. Machado back at the point thought it was too much money. Bryce Harper, too much money. Those look like steals now because that's the way the business is going. Yeah. It's a $12 billion industry. By the way, let me get to this last line. I looked up Chicago, the toolmaker, stacker, wheat.
Here we go.
Carl Sandburg. The last line in the poem about Chicago is, here is a tall, bold slugger set vivid against the little soft cities.
That sounds like Aaron Judge.
How that line has changed in the last 10 years of our sports teams.
Real quick, Shane said the city of big shoulders is now the, quote, city of cheap owners. And then our guy Corey threw a super chat our way. And he says, what can you say if the players you want just don't take your money? Trey Turner and Aaron Judge took less money to go to their respective teams. I guess.
That hasn't happened to the Cubs yet. We haven't heard that yet. And if that's happening, guys, here's the problem. If you're the Cubs, you need to get Carlos Correa so that future free agents will come. You're not going to get free agents to come with the same deal as some other city based on Wrigley Field just because you're saying, did you see our farm systems now in the top 12 in baseball? That's not going to draw them. These guys want to win and get big cash. You have to do what the Twins did last year to get Correa. Offer them the best deal. And it might have to be more money than the other teams. It's okay. It might have to be more years. You're going to have to give out a 10-year deal sooner or later because teams are doing it. The Padres are doing it, guys. The Padres.
The Texas Rangers.
The Texas Rangers. Do you know that the Philadelphia Phillies have 5 players making over $100 million deals? 5 guys. They've spent
and
more
that's not counting Carl Schwarber.
Not counting Schwarber. And when you start with Bryce Harper's deal, which is not too long ago, the Phillies have spent over $1 billion on players.
Yeah. Now, I think the Chicago owners' defense would be say, okay, look at everyone in front of us. How many of those teams have actually won World Series? I think it's the Astros and the Braves. Okay, that's fine. If you want to follow how the White Sox did things, and they did do the rebuild theoretically how you're supposed to do it, right?
But you got to
adjust. The Braves have done it very similarly, where they have a lot of young players locked into team-friendly deals. Mm-hmm. But the White Sox got to a point where it's like, okay, you do have that core, but it's looking deficient and it's going to need something extra. And when it came to that part, Jerry Reinsdorf's arms got very short and his pockets got really deep.
Alligator arms.
I just don't understand, how are the Sox even in the top 9? What are they spending money on? However, they
bullpen.
spent 179.
Yeah. I mean, and,
Grandal is
and Yasmani Grandal. So
he's
give
still
them
their biggest deal
credit,
ever.
Give them credit for making those deals in the past, but they just haven't made the deals where they've needed to.
They're just bad
when
deals.
Push comes to shove, and you've got a fan base. And look, the Chicago White Sox fan base is pretty dyspeptic, right? They're very hard to please.
Just what?
Dyspeptic.
Okay.
Is that okay? Has anyone ever used that on a show?
Not on this network.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Impressive.
Did I use it correctly?
I have no idea. I've never heard that word in my life.
Continue, Kevin. Go
Anyhow.
I mean, I think I have a dyspeptic tank in my basement.
Dyspeptic,
Yes.
not dyspeptic.
Sure.
Deceptive?
Anyway, spend some freaking money.
Yes.
Real
Please.
quick, we got, speaking of spending money, another super chat came in. Thank you, Fernando. And thank
the
you, Corey.
chat's
from
spending
earlier.
more money than our owners.
I said it on Sunday. I knew the Cubs won't do it. That's what he says.
Well, they still have a shot. There's still 2 of the 4 guys out there, and really, in my eyes, the biggest one is still out there. So if they get Correa, you take it all back. If they get Swanson, I'll take it back. But if they don't, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? You have to be able – the White Sox plan was great. It looked like they were executing the rebuild perfectly in the model that the Cubs built for them. However, when it doesn't work and you've had a sample size and the only playoff series wins you have in the last 100 years are 2005, then you need to adjust the plan. You need to go get your John Lester, or you need to go get your Carlos Correa. You have to change your plan. And the same has to be said for the Cubs. All the prospects are not going to hit this time. Look at the White Sox. It's not going to work. So just because it worked with Chris Bryant and Javi Baez and Kyle Schwarber and everybody hit and you won the World Series with it, not multiple World Series, but you finally won the World Series with those guys. Don't forget, you still had to sign John Lester to get the John Lackeys to come, to get all the other guys, Dexter Fowler. None of those guys were coming without Lester there first. You've got to have your linchpin of the group. And the Cubs don't have that guy. You can't say it's Nico Horner yet.
No, you cannot.
Can't say that, guys.
Or Pete Crow Armstrong or Brennan Davis.
The linchpin can't be a prospect coming up because you don't know what they're going to do when they get there.
Yeah. And you are running a ballpark where you're charging people $500 to come through the door and go into your clubs. Like
But they lowered it $3 a ticket this year.
I mean, if you're sitting upstairs, it's, it can be $70, $80, $90, whatever. You've got a television station where you're going to eventually want people to pay a per month charge, whatever that may be. Like
wheelbarrows of cash.
So the White Sox are operating in a hermit kingdom right now. They are nothing but a hermit kingdom. And the Cubs, if they do not make a big move this season and they say we're going to go in with Cody Bellinger and Jamison Talon being our big moves, are running the risk of running a very well-heeled hermit kingdom. So
Yeah, and now people, Charles Barkley wants the Bulls to tank too. So why
gosh.
not? We're all
Stop
tanking.
it. Don't say that.
let's save that for another show. Next up, I don't know if you saw this, Luke. I sent this to you in our Slack.
I probably
There's
missed it then.
a website called the 33rd Team, and they've had some good stuff this year, but they've also had just some kind of weird stuff. I think we've talked about Mike Martz kind of slandering Justin Fields at the beginning of the year. This week, and they had some real whoppers on the site, and I don't know what they've got about Justin Fields, if they are not feeling the good vibes on Justin Fields, if they're mad that they didn't see Fields. But I just wanted to talk about 2 articles. The first one, Matt Castle. Do you remember Matt Castle?
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah.
His byline here on this, I'm showing it on screen here. It says Pro Bowl quarterback. Sure you are, buddy.
Yeah, right. So is Mitch Trubisky. Thanks for playing. Everybody's a Pro
He
Bowl
ranks
quarterback.
Justin Fields 17th in last week's quarterback rankings. And it's a weekly ranking is how well they did.
Justin Fields is already better than Matt Castle ever was as a quarterback in the NFL. Already.
Yep.
So he had him 17th behind such luminaries as like Ryan Tannehill,
Come on.
Taylor Heineke, Aaron Rodgers, who definitely did not have as good of a game as Fields did.
Uh-huh.
Here's the rub.
Okay.
He had him 15th the week before. Do you remember how Justin Fields did the week before, Luke?
Yeah, off the charts.
He didn't even play.
Oh, I thought you were talking the week before that. No, here's the deal. All those teams, Tannehill you just mentioned, every one of those teams, if you said, would you swap Tannehill for Justin Fields right now, straight up?
Yep.
Even on that weekly basis,
it.
would you have taken Justin Fields' performance? And Justin Fields graded out as the highest graded quarterback by Pro Football Focus for last week's performance. Now, granted, he did not have a great fourth quarter, and we are concerned about that, but we're going to give it time. Anyhow, let's move on. Some guy named TJ McCrate, and maybe I should know who that is. I don't know. Head of pro scouting at 33rd team. I apologize if he's some sort of heavyweight. I refuse to believe that he is, because he did a redraft of the 2021 draft. Okay.
No need to make fun of his weight, but okay.
Wow.
TJ McCrate?
Oh, you said heavyweight. I thought you were talking about his size, but okay.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've never heard the name either. That's not the point. You're gonna go into how they would redraft these guys, right?
So let's look at TJ McCrate's redraft of the 2021 draft.
This is silly.
Number 1, Jaguars still picking Trevor Lawrence. Okay,
Wrong.
If you want to give Trevor Lawrence another year, that's. I think it's fine. I think it's the wrong decision.
Wrong.
I could see where you could say, look, this guy's peripherals, this and that.
He's still got great hair.
But if you're going to make the move, and he drops Zach Wilson out of the first round, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. So I think if you're going to drop Zach Wilson for what he's shown, I think you're also dropping Trevor Lawrence.
Quarterbacks with a resume like he had in college are tough to pass up.
Yeah.
But again, I will say this. Go to Jacksonville right now and say to them, hey, we'll give you Fields for Trevor Lawrence. And they won't even blink at it. They will take that deal so fast you won't believe it.
Could you imagine how good Justin would be with those guys, those weapons around?
That's what I'm saying. Jacksonville would not draft Trevor Lawrence knowing what they know now. Not that he's going to be a bad player, not going to be an all-time really good player. Right now, what you know about those two quarterbacks, they would change their mind and they would take Fields over Lawrence. I guarantee it.
Yeah. So let's go on. So they have Jets picking Micah Parsons, which Micah Parsons
he might be the number 1 pick.
I know might be able to
quarterback,
make that.
but he might be the best player out of the
You might
draft.
be able to make that argument, knowing what we know now.
He's a stud.
The Jaguars might be open to that, so that's fine. Number 3.
Oh, sorry, I actually scrolled past. I was getting excited for Fields. 3, we got Jamar Chase. That makes sense.
Good.
Does it, though?
He's good.
The 49ers were all about they traded up to get a quarterback.
They traded up to get Trey Lance.
Okay,
and now
sure,
you don't think
Are they trading up to get Jamar Chase?
You don't think they want Justin Fields over what Trey Lance has done so far?
Okay, fine. I
Guaranteed
see what we're
they
saying
do.
here.
Right.
Kyle Pitts at 4 is a
That's absolutely not
choice.
happening again.
No,
there's no way.
A tight end. So again, why would? And that was Atlanta guys. They knew Matt Ryan was old, so why wouldn't they? If they thought Justin Fields could be this type of explosive player, why wouldn't they jump up?
Hometown.
Why wouldn't they take that move and
Hometown
go ahead?
guy.
Yeah.
They're all taking Fields.
Number 5, Bengals, Rashawn Slater, so they wouldn't need because they'd already had Burrow, so that's fine. Dolphins, Jalen Waddle, you already had Tua, fine. Detroit Lions, I think this is a little interesting, right? So I still think they go for Fields, right? Jared Goff has been.
They don't because they're the Lions. So,
right.
But that's a different story.
They would have still had Stafford, yes, at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then they have Justin Fields finally going at number 8 to the Carolina Panthers.
Come on.
And not taking J.C. Horn, which was their original pick.
That would definitely have made more sense than J.C. Horn.
Yeah. So
where's
I just don't understand. I think Fields is an argument for number 1 on this draft, and then if not, I think you're talking about him going to the 49ers.
Yeah.
He's not going past the 49ers.
Exactly. The Jets and 49ers, what are you doing, TJ McWait loss or whatever the hell your name is? You're an idiot.
Then they had the Bears drafting in 11th. So the Bears would not have traded up. But then they have the Bears taking Mac Jones. In no world is Mac Jones going in the first round of a redraft.
Ryan Pace is making that pick.
What is our guy saying here? Is he saying we're redrafting from right now? Because this is an insanely stupid redraft.
Well,
What's going on here?
Asinine. I'm telling you, Jacksonville would not take Trevor Lawrence number 1.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it. They'd take Fields or Parsons, period.
Ugh.
If I'm on the Bears at that pick, I'm taking the right St. Brown brother. So I don't know.
Well, it's all right. There's a lot of crazy
33rd team, get your act together.
Yeah.
Please.
Take
You,
that.
Jerry Reinsdorf, and the Ricketts family and the 33rd team, all on our crap list for this week. I don't know. I'm feeling very dyspeptic today.
Sure
Can you
you
look
are.
this up on dictionary.com while I do an
I don't even know how to spell it.
DYSP.
DYS. I would have got that wrong immediately.
PTIC.
Wasn't this
What was the word that Joey Spathis didn't know a while back?
There's
supposedly?
a lot of words Joey doesn't know.
supposedly? Did he think it was supposedly?
No, it was
supposedly?
I don't know.
Anyhow.
Are you doing an ad read yet?
Somehow, our 2022 word of the year is gaslighting. I feel like you're gaslighting me.
Dyspepsia.
Hold on. What are we talking about here? Let's see. 3-shot. Let's do
What was the movie? Was it Deception? Was that?
Wow, you got to love Merriam-Webster. Look at those great kitty cats on their ads there. Love ads.
Dyspeptic, of or having indigestion or consequent irritability or depression.
Wow, I've had it way more often than I thought.
Me too. Oh, boy.
I better get to know that word.
That's a very ironic that you didn't know that definition.
Ask my wife about all the words she likes to throw my way, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're making that word up. But that's just me.
The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve save money and energy. ComEd offers free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, whether it's lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. And within 3 to 4 weeks, customers will receive a report detailing energy efficiency projects they can start working on immediately. Shout out Eddie Olchuk. Each recommendation will include estimated energy savings, cost savings, project costs, potential incentives, and simple payback. And don't wait. You can get started saving money and energy today. For your energy saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment, just go to comed.com/poweringbiz. And if you're ready to sign up for a facility assessment, you can call them at 1-855-433-2700 during normal business hours to speak with a ComEd Energy Efficiency Program rep. Or you can email businessee, as in Eddie Olchuk, at comed.com or request an assessment online at their website at comed.com/facility assessment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next partner has a product that I've been using literally every day. I started taking AG1 because I didn't have time. I wanted better gut health, more energy, an optimized immune system. Now I've been on it for 2 weeks and I love it. 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. 4 months turned into 7 months. Now it's been almost a year.
Whoa.
And it's not tasting super healthy, but it is super healthy. Instead, it's sort of a tropical taste. Here's what it is. 1 scoop of AG1, you absorb 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. It's a special blend of ingredients supporting your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, aging, all those things. I get a boost of energy from it, so I take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and boom, there I go, straight into rush hour. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, you're all good with AG1. And you're investing in an all-in-one nutritional insurance for less than $3 a day. Recommended by professional athletes. It also has more than 7,000 5-star reviews. So right now, reclaim your health, arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/CHGO and then your favorite Chicago sports team. So for me, CHGO Cubs. Again, this is athleticgreens.com/CHGO Cubs to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And I got to tell you, if they don't pick up a shortstop, I'm going to have to add a little vodka to my Athletic Greens in the morning tomorrow.
Does it prevent dyspepsia, though? All right, it's time for Scroll Stoppers with Kacy Standohar. Kacy, what's up?
Hold on, you're muted, Kacy.
Oh, no, she's muted.
You got to unmute yourself.
She's on the mute.
Come on now.
You told me to mute, and then I
that was
thought you were
20
going to
minutes ago.
unmute me.
Well, I can't. No, you.
That's something I would do.
Case, tell us what Joey you put in the chat. Tell these guys.
Besmirch.
Yeah.
That was the word that Joey didn't know on the Chicago on our CHGO Bulls podcast. And I'm not even sure if I know what it means.
Who used it? Pack or Big Dave?
Probably.
I think Big Dave.
I think it was Big Dave. Yeah.
Besmirch.
Both of those guys have very wide vocabularies. That's part of the reason why they're so good.
They're impressive.
Yeah.
And Sean said folks are trying to besmirch Kevin's broad vocabulary.
Don't use the word broad. It's not nice.
That's right.
Yeah, a lot of bad words. Just kidding. Okay, guys, this is Scroll Stoppers today. We have a lot to talk about. Number one, Brittany Griner, WNBA. She plays for the Phoenix Mercury. She was in a Russian prison for 294 days, and she is finally free back in the United States. This was a long time coming. The W community, the nation really is responding to this. The Chicago Sky just tweeted, BG is free, hashtag we are BG. Coach Wade also had a statement as well. Welcome home, BG. We've missed you. I mean, this has been a long time coming, guys. She was there, and it was a kind of a prisoner trade situation, but I think a lot of people in the WNBA are really, really happy today.
Yeah. So this was obviously a political negotiations. I mean, so it's going to become a political argument, right? And a lot of people on Twitter have opinions about it. But at the end of the day, it's about Brittany Griner coming home, which I think is awesome. You know, I think when we watched the NBA, Lawrence, WNBA last year, you could see how much it weighed on the players, right? It was a big deal when you have like one of your own and you don't know when they're coming home. So to have her back with her family in time for the holidays, to me, like that's really the only thing that matters, and it's the only thing that should matter.
That's right. I mean, in general, like forget the famous athlete, all of it, WNBA, an American is coming home from horrible conditions in Russia. Like, be happy about it. Be happy about it, okay? Like, we know there are other people that still need to come home. She's home. Be happy that she's home and going to be with her family for the holidays.
Yeah, it was definitely a long time. I was kind of following her wife's journey throughout this and how she, pleaded with the president and all that stuff. So definitely a moment of good news for the WNBA and the sports community in general this morning. Next, we're talking about Justin Fields now. Look at this bling from the Clarity Jewelers. Justin Fields posted this on his Instagram story, I think last night. And this is his newest piece of jewelry. It looks like a necklace charm. It's a number one in just all diamonds. And
I don't know. Is it though? It says
Who
Emerald.
made that?
Emerald
Clarity
Heat.
Jewelers in Arlington Heights made that?
Clarity Jewelers.
Clarity.
Not the Flarities.
But
Nick
Moriano from our Bears team, he tweeted, how much do you think his newest piece of jewelry cost? And I haven't been able to find the cost on this one.
I'm going to say 25 G's.
If you have to ask Kacy, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's the rule of thumb.
You only think that's
I'm
worth
a little
25
upset. I'm
grand?
a little upset because Jake Flanagan said that was my Christmas bonus. I was going to be able to get that number one and wear it around my neck around the office. Apparently not the case.
That is over $100,000.
I just think he should have gone with H1M. Come on. Right?
Here's
Isn't
the deal.
Overcalling?
You know what that is called, guys? Pay attention. That is sick drip right there. That is sick drip.
Ice.
Period.
Ice. Call it ice.
He's
Luke.
He
definitely all
leads the
iced
team
up.
in drip now.
Could you ever get one of those, Luke? Because then you'd be like having an L around your neck. Like you can't do that.
Like the Cubs L. Yeah. Like, is that what you're saying? I should just have an L over my
That's
head?
what I'm saying. Like take the L.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
What about an S, like a Superman S for Stuckmeyer?
Stuck Mike.
Somebody had that on Instagram. Who was wearing they were wearing a shirt where it was a big L. Was it
I don't know.
So Russell Wilson?
Oh, that would make sense.
That would fit.
Yeah,
It was really odd. It was like this really weird shirt, and it was a huge L on there. Like, I think it was Russell Wilson. I was like, why'd you wear that?
I mean, let's be honest. I can't pull that off.
Just a Let's Ride. Just big.
Yeah.
I can't pull off a letter necklace. I can't pull off a necklace, let alone a diamond necklace.
What about ice on your wrist? What about a nice watch?
No.
Yeah, we gotta get Luke iced up. I think that's a good New Year's resolution.
a very simple
Call
man.
me Grandpa Stucky for a reason.
You got to get iced out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't have any ice.
Just get a Timex and call it a day. That's all you need.
Yeah, let's get Luke.
I don't wear watch anymore.
The calculator, the little calculator watch. That's a good idea.
I got a calculator right in my iPhone. I can't get to it, but.
All right, guys. And this last, second to last clip I want to show you, or tweet I want to show you that caught my attention on Twitter this morning is from the folks at Twitter. Some breaking news at Twitter. Apparently, the BBC has obtained pictures inside Twitter. Some of the conference rooms are being turned into bedrooms for staff to sleep in. And it's being investigated because there are slippers in there. There are blankets. There are pillows.
Is this real?
I think it's real. And I think Elon Musk might be sleeping there. And even if it's not real, it brought up a good point that I wanted to ask you guys about. Do you think it's acceptable to sleep or nap at work? Like, should we normalize?
I think it should be normalized. Dear God. Sleeping at work for freaking Elon Musk is insane. Like, go get a new job.
Well,
Elon Musk is a crazy person. Run away as far as you can.
Come on. You can't.
What the hell are you doing for Twitter?
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, like, if you work at a law firm and you're like slaving overnight on some sort of big case, or I don't know.
Dude, Elon Musk asked me to sleep at work. I've got 2 words for him. Go shove, dude.
Is it okay? Is it okay, Kevin, to sleep at work?
There are times where I have mastered. I've told you this. I've mastered the 23-minute nap. I can tell my phone, wake me up in 23 minutes, and 23? I will fall asleep with the next 7 to 8. Get into the deep sleep. Yeah, 23 minutes, I'm fine.
Under your wooden desk like George Costanza on Seinfeld.
Wait a minute. Why is it 23 minutes? Is this a Michael Jordan situation?
I just kind of came up with it. I came up with it.
He's like all great things are 23.
I experimented from 23 to 27, and I think I topped out at 28 minutes. The thing is, I do not trust anyone at work yet enough to go fall asleep and not have anyone mess with me within those.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't suggest
at this place. It seems like a bad idea. I also would say that our office is all glass, so you don't even have like the Costanza, like you were saying, Luke.
We need some sort of pods.
We need the Costanza desk situation. Right. So if we could get someone to build one of those, I would also accept one, and that would be great.
Yeah, we could wall that up. Listen, guys, it is never. What is wrong with our country? It's not okay to sleep at work.
Come on.
At my last job, this phone contains no less than 50 photos of former coworkers who slept on the job openly at work.
See, now if I fell asleep, I run the risk of Luke photographing me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I
think
that's what I'm talking about.
It's a guarantee.
That's why I can't take a nap here.
Capman is on here sleeping no less than 10 times. I'm not going to. Todd Hollinsworth, you're on here sleeping multiple times. Ozzie Guillen, on here sleeping multiple times. I won't name everybody. I'm just going to say there's a lot of people that sleep at work, and I can't.
Hold on. What? I can't
Tony
blame.
La Russa was sleeping at work this year.
Yeah, obviously he sucks. But I can't blame Ozzie or Todd Hollinsworth for doing it when it's a game that's in the West Coast and it's like 1 a.m. and the Cubs and Sox are just like.
And if those guys got up to produce great television, what's the problem?
Yeah.
My man Storm and Norman did it every once in a while too.
Storm and Norman, I love you, Storm and Norman.
Bill Melton hasn't made it through a game without sleeping yet. Too much.
It's like during the pandemic, like when everyone was just on Zoom working before I had this job, my favorite thing is when someone would fall asleep with their camera on Zoom. Like that is the funniest thing. Or you can like hear someone snoring and it's like super embarrassing for them and then they like wake up.
I mean, it's better than other things people did on Zoom in 2020.
Yeah.
Shout out, what was that guy's name?
Exactly, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know.
Did he go to the bathroom?
No.
I don't know the story.
Whatever. Anyways, moving right along.
It's a family podcast, Kacy.
I don't know the story, so.
No, you can't see it.
Send me the link later.
His feet up. Everybody's sleeping.
Oh my
gosh. On the job.
Hey, by the way, can I do a brief shout out to Mike Tomlin? That clip of him yelling at the fan that he's fucking working was the funniest thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was great.
We probably should have had that for clip of the week, but
yeah, well, that's
like Luke. If he sees someone sleeping, he turns on Tomlin. Hey man, I'm working.
This is the truth. I had a camera operator in our studio fall asleep running the camera. His hands on the handles, sound asleep during a show that I was anchoring once. Now, that doesn't say much about the show that I was anchoring. However, Sleeping on the job, standing up is a talent.
Yes, that's no beer money.
And let me tell you, Lawrence, now that I've heard Kevin say we can do it, encourage
It's allowed.
it.
For a game.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a pull-out couch here. Jeffrey Tobin is the name. Yeah, so there you go. Case, is it time for our clip of the week?
Ooh.
It's time for our clip of the week, and this is fun because we had our CHGO Bears tailgate in the very, very cold weather this past Sunday for the Packers game. I'm surprised and honestly grateful for everyone who did show up because it was unbearably cold, and we were all bundled up, and we had a good time. We had a little chant going. Take a look.
It was cold.
Green Bay sucks! Green Bay sucks! Green Bay sucks! Green Bay sucks!
Yeah, take that.
Green Bay sucks! 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 Green Bay sucks!
That was an awesome crowd.
Yeah, my favorite part of that video is that I feel like the Green Bay Packers fans that came were also chanting it. We were like,
Yeah, they didn't care.
That and Justin Fields' run, those are the two highlights of Sunday. And like the crowd that made it out on Sunday was awesome. Like we had a great time talking. Luke was out there. Luke and I took a photo. There it is.
Look how cold I am. I look like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places.
Yes.
There.
Luke is about to ask me for money for the bus.
I mean, I was cold for 24 hours after that game. We've had some cold tailgates. That was the coldest one. I will not come that unprepared next time. Kacy was showing off heated gloves.
Yeah.
Didn't know they existed. I
And
will
socks.
be investing in that before the next tailgate. Because
Yeah.
when your
Game
fingers and
changer.
your toes get cold, it's over.
Do you have the Kacy bomb photo?
What now?
I sent you an Instagram
doing the
link.
gritty, trying to do the gritty.
I took a picture with Will DeWitt and Casey's in the back, and I just said it was a Kacy bomb.
I mean,
Kacy bomb.
I
She's
didn't.
just like a little speck in the back.
Kacy had such a large coat on that I didn't even know it was Kacy for like an hour. I
You
didn't
thought
know
it was
who we were-
Muppet Man?
I didn't
Like,
know who we were
yeah.
talking to. She had a hood up. The thing went down to her ankles. She had like this fur wrapped around her face, and then she
I was
had
just,
the
like,
heated gloves.
alone. I was
Then somebody
it was
said, "Oh,
just, like,
that
her
was
Christmas
Kacy."
story, whatever. I was just like totally bundled, trying to take video and pictures.
Case, that was a good coat you got there.
Thank you. Good coat. Shout out Burlington. Also shout out Amazon and the brand that I think it's called Savior. Heated gloves and heated socks should be on everyone's Christmas list if you live in the Midwest or anywhere cold.
I don't think they've paid to sponsor the show, Kacy. What are you doing?
I know,
Burlington?
but
Did you
I'm
just
just
give
saying,
Burlington
like,
a free ad?
it was honestly one of the best investments I've made for tailgates, for sidelines. Like,
Yeah.
great idea.
I saw a tailgate tip.
There's Kacy in the background, by the way.
Yeah, there she is, the little speck.
Look at the jacket.
Yeah.
I want one of
Definitely.
those. I'm not lying. I'll take
I
one.
saw this Kacy tailgater guy from Kansas City, not Kacy. He recommended that you bring in a piece of cardboard to the stadium and you stand on that so
Correct.
it
Yeah, that's a move.
insulates. I didn't know that. That's
Packer
pretty,
fans do that. I know for sure. In
Really?
Green Bay, cardboard under your feet.
Well, they've got the
And
don't they have the
newspaper-
aluminum benches in Green
Yeah,
Bay?
so you put the cardboard under your feet. It's much warmer. And then a lot of people say newspaper in your shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there you go.
All right. Well, that has been Scroll Stoppers for this week. Thank you, Kacy.
Thanks, Kacy.
Guys, see you later.
See ya.
They want to give a shout out to everyone who joins us every week. Obviously, Sean in the chat, Edward, Brady. I think Manuel was in there. Shane, thank you for joining us. Always love it. If you are so inclined, hit that like button down there.
What was that noise?
Ding, 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 ding. You're gifting it. I know. You kids are gifting now.
All right, I want to tell you about
Jiffy.
Game Time. Game Time is the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. If you've ever dreamed of sitting a seat you never thought you could, like the 50-yard line, courtside, behind home plate, even floor seats at a concert, it is all now possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. You will not find a better deal this season on Bulls, Blackhawks, Bears tickets than on the Game Time app because it is created by fans and for the fans, and it guarantees the lowest price. If you love CHGO, then you will love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description of any show. You can join over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events.
I failed as a co-host here. I should have brought my Shady Rays over from my coat, but I wore them this morning. Polarized on the way in, face into the sunshine, coming in traffic. Shady Rays, they never understood why sunglasses were so expensive, so they set out to change it. You don't have to break the bank for quality sunglasses this fall because our friends at Shady Rays have you covered. Shady Rays are premium polarized shades featuring world-class optical clarity, substantial durability, styles cater to everyone and every lifestyle. Look at this. Thank you, Lawrence. The best part about Shady Rays, they have the most insane protection program in all eyewear, lost and broken replacements. Look at these. Look at this pair I got.
Don't mind me rifling through your
Those are so
pockets.
good.
Tell me my vibe isn't better with these on. And like I said, polarized, and for me, the sun doesn't get behind this. That's why I went with this style. The sun doesn't get behind them. I could go skiing with these. I could go fishing with those. I could go running with those. Shady Rays, the best part, these lost and broken replacements. It's all their eyewear. It's unbelievable. If you lose or break your shades, on day one, they told us they'll send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Drop them in a lake, fishing, no big deal. Off a cliff, skiing, doesn't matter. They'll replace them. Even with that strong of a protection program, they still manage to make quality that I can tell you, holding right in my hand, right here, just as good as any expensive pair I've ever worn or owned. Shady Rays customers seem to agree with over 200,000 five-star reviews. Shady Rays also providing 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order placed, and they've donated over 20 million meals to date. Wow, that's kudos for that. And they stand behind their product and told our team that if anyone has a problem, they'll throw profit out the window and do what it takes to get it right. Free returns, free exchanges. You either love your shades or Shady Rays is going to ship them back. That's it. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays running their deepest deal of the season using the code CHGO. 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. I used it. Buy one, get one free. You can get 2 pairs for as low as $54. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all their newest and best shades. It's absolutely brilliant. If right now the Cubs don't sign a shortstop, I can hide my shame behind my Shady Rays, and people think I'm happy and hip and have all the vibes. Or I'll take them off if they do shine it.
Do they hide tears?
You know what else I can do? These Shady Rays, I don't suggest you do this, but I'm just saying, if they don't sign a shortstop, I could smash them with my foot. And I could smash them with my foot, send them back to Shady Rays. They're sending me a new pair anyway.
There you go. Shady Rays.
I would like you to put that in the explanation box. The Cubs did not sign a shortstop, so I smashed them in anger.
Smashed my Shady Rays under my foot, and they sent me another pair just like them for free.
You know, the thing is, they are so well made, and you just kind of realize, like, all the name brand ones, like, how ridiculously marked up they are.
What a scam they are is absolutely right.
Yeah.
50 some bucks for 2 pairs of polarized shades. Amazing.
This time of year, everyone is excited about the gifts and the holiday spirit, but what about all the basketball? When I throw down on the NBA action, it's got to be with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can bet just $5 pregame moneyline on any NBA team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Plus, everyone can combine multiple bets for a bigger payout with DraftKings same-game parlays. The thing I like about DraftKings same-game parlays is, like, it's pretty easy. Like, some of these other apps you go on and you kind of go through it, and it, like, throws up errors, and you don't know, like, which, like, bets are eligible. DraftKings doesn't do that. Like, it's all very easy, and it's easy to put things together. That's why I like using the DraftKings Sportsbook app. If you download the app now to get in on the holiday hoops action, if you sign up with code CHGO, again, you can place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win and get $150 in free bets if or when they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for details. All right. It's Stuck and Duck time. Let's close the show with this. Do it. I feel like we've been crotchety the entire show, and I don't know why. Like, everyone here is in a generally good mood, but
yeah, because everybody's tanking right now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat's upset. He's never watching the show again because of Luke's Cubs bias. Which, okay, sorry. Happy holidays.
Because he's against the Cubs, or
I'm not against the Sox. What did I say? They're blowing it right now.
He said
Go get Correa.
He's saying that Hughes should have got in before Hawk. Oh, that's the comment.
Is it Hawk? Is it Hawk sending that?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I think John does have a point. Like Hawk is retired. Hawk also has a very
I'm not saying Hawk shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I just like seeing Pat Hughes in.
Pat Hughes is still working.
He's still going in.
I would say Pat Hughes is maybe getting in a little early. I don't know who is still out there that needs to get in, but I haven't done my homework. But
homework's overrated. What else we got?
Whatevs. They're both in.
Right. I'm crotchety about the World Cup, fellas.
Oh boy.
I've watched about 20 total minutes. I usually love the World Cup. Like I think it's the
watch.
perfect summertime diversion. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I am the most casual of soccer fans. And I hate that I have not been able to get into it because they put it in November and December. And honestly, like Lawrence, I know you're a gigantic soccer fan. You're a huge fan of Liverpool.
Oh,
even Lawrence isn't watching.
Oh, it's not
this shouldn't
Liverpool?
be stuck and duck. This should be suck and yuck. The World Cup. Who cares?
whoa! I gotta change
Sorry.
the title.
If you're enjoying it, I'm happy for you. I'm just saying that's why.
Do you
I
normally
not
like it, Luke, or no?
No, but I like it even less this time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, it's in the middle of NFL season, so right off the bat, I'm occupied.
Too much going on.
The other half of America is occupied
NHL.
with college football.
Right. Or the NHL or the NBA or like this is like the king of sports time.
Yeah.
Don't try and shove soccer down my throat right now.
And the reason that it's because FIFA is the most corrupt organization on the planet, and they took money from a freaking place where you can't even be gay, or drink alcohol, or
Terrible
do
place.
it really anything else, or be a woman, be a migrant worker.
Yeah.
So to me, this, you just wasted a World Cup.
Yeah, no, they ruined it, and also they've ruined the seasons of all the major European leagues, including the Premier League in England, and now our striker at Arsenal, Kev, is now out for 3 months because he effed up his knee playing for
Well, he
Brazil.
could have done that in the summer, though.
He could have done it in the summer, but it would have been in the summer. So now it's in the middle of the season. Now he's out till February. So
What's that guy's name?
Gabriel Jesus, spelled Jesus, for all you people who are excited for Christmas.
Is Jamie Tart playing in this?
Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart. No, he is not.
He's not. Then I'm not watching.
Croatia's still alive, so that's good.
Oh, really?
I'm happy Croatia's still alive.
Who's still in it?
Croatia.
Argentina still in it?
Argentina plays tomorrow against the Netherlands. Shout out to the Men in Blazers podcast, who's doing a Twitch stream, which will be one of the guests is my good friend Kevin Egan.
Cool.
Shout out to Kev.
Japan still in
Yeah,
it?
so I'm happy for people who are actually enjoying it, and I understand it's a big event. I'm disappointed for myself because literally it's really a time crunch thing, right? And obviously I have a busy job now, and Lawrence has a busy job, Luke has a busy job,
Right.
so
And we get to take naps at work now.
Yeah,
right.
we're taking
But
naps.
and look, our friends at DNVR had awesome watch parties, and hopefully one day when we have a CHGO bar, we can have a gigantic watch party.
2026.
In
let's
2026 because it's not in Chicago,
That's when I'll get into it.
which is a whole
How did they
different
do it?
story.
Go. Yeah, how did we screw that up? Oh wait, we have Soldier Field.
That's not even a FIFA thing.
But and remember, RK in Denver got into it because he went and watched soccer played overseas in London.
And
That's how you really get into it.
Yeah, he went to one of the craziest matches of the season in the Premier League.
That'll hook you.
So a
Yeah.
4-3 game, Leeds versus whoever the hell
Whoa,
it was.
4-3 match.
Sorry, Luke. 4-3 match. You're
He's
correct.
a soccer fan.
It's a football. Come on.
All right, that should do it for this week's The Chicago Sports Podcast. Remember to get those Bulls takeover tickets. Remember, if you do get the tickets and you mention this show, I'll buy you a beer out there at the UC that night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, get
Big
after it.
Dave, Matt Peck, Kevin
Beep, beep.
Kaduk, I think Jake Flanagan. I don't know who else is in, but
I would like to go.
I don't want to speak for anyone else. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's December 16th, Bulls versus Knicks. Bulls take over in Section
Bulls.
314. Even if you don't go with us, but you're out there, make sure you come out and hang out, and we'll have a good time. So
Start the CHGO chant.
yeah.
Right?
CHGO.
CHGO.
Bulls.
And then Green Bay sucks after that.
And Green Bay sucks. And Detroit sucks. All right. The Chicago Sports Podcast. Kevin Kaduk, Luke Stuckmeyer. Kacy Standohar and Lawrence Benedetto. We'll see you next Thursday at 11 a.m. Thanks for joining us.
My name's Steve.